Parks Board. Nicole, will you give a roll call?
Eric Miller,
Here?
Ken Shepard,
Here.
Chrissy Kaminsky,
Here.
Harvey McCluskey,
Here.
Donna Simmons.
Here.
Kevin and Jan are both absent at this point.
Okay. I hope everybody's had a chance to look over the minutes. If so, is there a motion to approve the minutes?
I'll make the motion minutes to be approved as is.
Second?
Second.
Donna Simmons seconded. Any discussion? No discussion. Could we have a roll call?
Yep. Eric Miller,
Yes?
Ken Shepard,
Yes.
Chrissy Kaminsky,
Yes.
Harvey McCluskey,
Yes.
Donna Simmons.
Yes.
Are there any additions or corrections to the agenda?
Do have another fee waiver to request to add to the agenda under new business. It's also for the GMAC trailer. There will be 2 in total.
And that's with what school?
What's that?
Middle School East.
Middle School East. Any other additions or corrections to the agenda? Okay, hearing the visitors, I see none. Any unfinished business? No unfinished business?
Wow. No, just wow. Wow.
Huh?
We're just moving. Let's
Moving? So let's not stop.
No.
Any correspondence or action? Okay, new business, fee waiver. Stephanie, do you want to discuss?
I'll
the
actually
fee?
hand it over to Nicole.
Okay, so like Stephanie said, the 2 fee waivers we have today are for the GMAC trailer. Both of them are schools. One of them is Lincoln Elementary, and the other is Middle School East. They're using them for different reasons at different parks. They're both attached there. You will need 2 separate motions for me, unless you have the same answer, I guess, essentially. I will make a note that I put on there what the fees are. They do both already have the shelters for those days because they're weekdays and they didn't require fee waivers for those. They're Monday through Thursday. They don't require it per the pricing policy, but Stephanie and I looked into it, and the last request we had was for the GMAC was actually Lincoln Elementary back in April of 2023. And your vote on that, if you want to look at the minutes, I can get them to you, but your vote on that was to give a $50 discount, and that was it, instead of full waiver of the fee. So, I will leave you with that. That was your decision as the last of that time, but you can have you can just let me know what you want to do.
Yeah, we'll do it as 2 separate motions.
Sure.
So I got a question. So it says, no reason to waive the shelter house rental because it's on Monday. So is it first come, first serve on Monday then?
They're all first come, first serve unless you book them. They're allowed to book them Monday through
Oh, so
Thursday.
they can book it on Monday?
Yeah, they book it Monday through Thursday.
Okay,
They just
okay.
don't pay anything for them. Per the pricing policy that you all have recommended for approval and that council has approved, the schools are not charged a fee for rentals, for shelter rentals Monday through Thursday.
So the waivers are just for the GMAC?
Correct, because it's
Okay.
outside of that policy.
So would anyone like to make a motion to approve a waiver for the GMAC for Lincoln Elementary?
I'll make the motion.
Okay, is there a second?
I'll second.
Any discussion? Roll call?
Sorry, for clarification, it's a full fee waiver, is this correct? I just
Full
need to
fee-
know the clarification
Yes.
of the wording, okay?
Yes.
Yeah, I'll say, because we changed when did we make this policy? Probably the fee waiver policy for like the blanket one. Was that, I'm guessing it was
before
after.
my time, I don't know if you know
Oh,
when.
I don't know the specific year. We can research that date, but it's been in practice for at least a full year.
I'm just wondering if it was before or after we just gave them a discount instead. But if we're just going to give like parks for free, I don't see why they can't have the GMAC for free. Just throwing that out there.
Okay, any more discussion? Anything else? Roll call?
Eric Miller,
Yes.
Ken Shepard,
Yes.
Chrissy Kaminsky,
Yes.
Harvey McCluskey,
Yes.
Donna Simmons.
Yes.
Okay, can we have a fee waiver or a motion to approve the fee waiver for the GMAC for Middle School East?
I make the motion to approve the GMAC for Middle School East.
I'll second the motion.
Okay. Any discussion?
No.
No.
Okay, roll call?
Eric Miller,
Yes.
Ken Shepard,
Yes.
Chrissy Kaminsky,
Yes.
Harvey McCluskey,
Yes.
I'm sorry, Kevin's not here, Donna Simmons.
Yes.
Okay, director's report. And before we give the director's report, I love the new format, all the pictures. We have Nicole to thank for that. She did a great job,
Oh,
very
really?
impressive.
This is pretty.
Didn't she do a great job? So thank you, Nicole.
You stole my my entry to the comment.
sorry.
So
Thunder, bring more thunder.
So as you've noticed, there are lots of visual representation of some of the things that we have the opportunity to provide to the Gahanna community. With the intent, we will continue to share information and metrics, but the thing that we felt was missing with pages and pages of text was just the true, I guess the qualitative data. So while this is a small step in that direction, Nicole did a phenomenal job of really capturing some of the visual representation of what we do. So definitely want to appreciate send kudos to Nicole. She has a gift, and we're happy that she shares it with us.
It's beautiful.
I'll lead into a couple highlights. I do want to comment that the 9 locations for the AED installs are listed here. Wanted to make sure that that was included based off of comments or questions from our last meeting. So those are included in the report. I'll also note that the new senior van was put in practice for the cocktails at the conservatory. So we did receive a new 15-passenger vehicle in order to help transport not only our senior members but also just any needs for the department as a whole. And they were thrilled and enjoyed their experience not only at the conservatory but had lots of positive comments, and just were really happy to be able to utilize that new resource, which has been needed for some time here. Also want to say that as of today, there have been 289 aquatic memberships sold. So that number that you see on under the aquatics update is 142. That has jumped significantly since this creation of this report. And in retrospect, our aquatic supervisor identified that this is 98 more than this time last year. So the progress is just really beneficial. And I'd like to say that our marketing team have done a great job of capturing and really just communicating not only our membership sales, but ultimately a lot of our programs. So just happy with that activity. Our egg hunt was this past Saturday at Hanna Park. Hundreds and hundreds of children out to pick up some eggs. We often joke that there's many hours of prep for this event, and it's over in seconds. Lots of little hands were happy to pick up some eggs. Again, more details within the report. I'm happy to answer any questions that are in here or anything that you would like to comment on.
How many individuals did you say could ride in the new senior van?
So it's a 15-passenger. We did take out one of the seats. That's really just to help when you traverse inside the vehicle. So there is one that is not able to be used. And then, of course, we have staff that go along with the participants. So it's up to 11 that would comfortably seat. But again, it's a 15-passenger van. So that is what it's rated for.
And it does have a handicap lift, right?
It does not have a handicap lift. It is not handicap accessible.
Oh, it's not handicap accessible?
That's
Okay.
correct. It does have, it's a higher ceiling, so it is like a double height, so that you don't have to crouch down when you're entering or exiting the vehicle. So it just makes it much more comfortable with anybody who has challenge. And honesty, even an able-bodied individual was having challenges with our previous vehicle, so this is far better.
I tried to get in the other one. I could do it, but if, you had any.
Challenging.
Yeah, challenges, it could be difficult. And we have another van coming, right?
We do, yes. There's a second one on order, so we'll have 2 within the fleet. So we're just at the mercy of when it arrives.
Whew. Will that one be handicap accessible?
It is the same exact
Okay.
vehicle as we have, right? So it will not be.
I have questions about the AED devices.
Yes.
Are those set up on posts at the parks? Are they on the sides of buildings or shelters or something like that?
It depends on each location. They're, of course, visible. For example, Gahanna Park, it's directly on the shelter house, and they are within, it's not a cage, it's a case.
Okay.
So when that case opens, it ultimately activates the need for the use. So it really just depends on what location, but yes, on the buildings, or it is made to be accessible to the users, not hidden in facilities. It is on the outside of and accessible.
I know when I was with Gahanna Junior League Sports, there would be sort of a safety portion of coaches being vetted to become coaches. If something happens, most folks may not have the wherewithal to get to an AED and know how to use it. I know at work, they put on classes and they trained us, here it is, this is how you access it, and this is how you use it.
Yeah.
That's a concern, I think.
And we actually share that concern. And one thing that we're excited to roll out, and this is with the support of the Parks and Recreation Foundation, is that the foundation actually supported financially the certification and offering courses to our affiliate programs.
Okay.
So it's up to 20 individuals will be able to receive CPR and first aid, including AED certifications. So just in that circumstance, we're not only providing the units, but also training and offering the certifications for those individuals. So it would be a free of cost to those who are interested in participating.
Okay. One other question, is there any concern about kids being kids and wanting to, pulling the fire alarm, so to speak, with the AEDs?
We've unfortunately already experienced that. That is a concern. So we're navigating the best way to properly manage that situation. So that is a concern and an active one.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
You're welcome.
What park did we have that incident?
Sunpoint Park and Creekside.
Okay.
So correct me if I'm wrong, but when you open up an AED, don't they give you instructions, like voice instructions?
Yeah.
It does, and it won't activate unless it's necessary. So ultimately you can't accidentally use one, but it still requires a skill. So to be trained in it would definitely increase that confidence level,
Right.
and also just the overall security and safety of the individual using them.
A lot of people might panic.
Any other questions for Stephanie?
Good job on summer camps, like completely
Yes.
full, my goodness. And also 58% coming back, that's amazing. Just want to point that out, so They all do an amazing job, so it's great that so many are coming back.
It's, our recreation superintendent actually provided a report just yesterday. Our seasonal staff are almost completely full.
Oh, that's
So to be in that situation before May is just mind-boggling.
That's such a difference from like 4 years ago. So,
really is.
man, you guys have been good work.
The team has put a significant effort into, again, just the overall culture, just making sure that seasonal staff are communicated with and understand what the process is, and just keeping in contact with them throughout the year. And it really, truly has made a
Paid off.
difference.
Perfect.
If you have any extra lifeguards, I know the Y is always looking for lifeguards. So, they always
heard
have
the
a shortage,
saying.
you have to close the
That's
pool.
like an
and-
oxymoron. Extra lifeguards is challenging. It's always a challenge, but we feel confident with the staff that we have, and as we're over 200 seasonal staff at this point.
Wow. Do you know when we'll see the aquatics master plan?
We received the draft report. That is something that the recreation staff will have the opportunity to review along with Brandsetter Carroll next Friday, so on the 25th. From there, we'll be able to really map out that timeline with steering committee, and then just the finalization of that report. So once we have a good understanding and have that internal review, I'll be able to have a better timeline of what that looks like. I will note that there was a conceptual image that was shared on Monday at City Council, just as a representation that there's the aquatics master plan is something that we will continuously and need to continuously to talk about.
Any other questions for Stephanie?
Nope.
Committee reports, BTAC, we didn't have a meeting this month, so nothing to report. GasX, Donna?
Your senior spotlight is in your packet. Looks great. Did you do that?
No, not me.
Lauren?
I think it's the marketing and them, yes.
Mark, okay, it looks great. We haven't met since our last meeting. Our next GASAC meeting is May 20th at 3 o'clock at the Senior Center.
Okay, NRAC, Chrissy,
No.
the meeting? Okay, pool members for comment, Chrissy?
Just looking forward to the summer, and I think especially now, it's important to have community events and to really come together and feel like a community together, and I think you guys do a good job of providing opportunities for that and keeping us strong as a city.
I have a lot of meetings all week. This is one of the best, even though it's late at night for me, and I want to thank Stephanie for the great job her and her team are doing.
Make Gahanna Yours is having their litter cleanup this Saturday at 9, from 9 to noon. We're meeting at Friendship Park, so if anyone has a free Saturday morning, we'd love to have you. And I'm just looking forward to this summer. It sounds like we have a lot of great events going on in the city, so looking forward to it.
Ken?
I just have one question for Stephanie. Of the 200-plus staff that you've got for this summer, approximately what percent were returnees?
So I can give you an estimate at this point, but I also will provide what that full total is when we are final with recruitment. But we were over 50% for both camps and aquatics, which that's an impressive number. We're up against multiple different challenges when we're talking about seasonal staff, whether they're moving on to school, they're moving on to full-time jobs. You know, there's a lot of different circumstances that puts us in a challenging situation. So the fact that we're retaining at least half or more is something that we will continue to strive for and continue to elevate that. Like I said, we are over 50%. So once we are complete, I will report out on those exact numbers.
I think looking at the summer camps, and practically everyone's full, or you got one opening maybe, I think it probably ties into the number of counselors and stuff you've got coming back.
That is, we have a lot of celebrity counselors, we'll call. There's campers who really want to see their counselors. So that's something that it's special, and it's something that as those campers will grow up, those counselors will still be embedded in them. So that's something that, and we tell our staff that this isn't just something that you do and will leave. This will carry with you. So it's pretty special.
My daughter has a picture that Ellie drew her framed in her room, so, yeah.
Anything else? I attended the Gahanna Soccer Association meeting, and really the only thing I have to report is they had a few rainouts with games and practices, which is to be expected this time of year. But other than that, I think they've got most of their coaches in place now. They've added 2 new board members since the last couple of meetings, and they're just off to a good start. So that's all I have. Anybody have anything else before we adjourn? Is there a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.